minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, all you shake and bakers, to episode 3074 of the Shake and Bake Show with Stevie Fast, worn out Jackson. Courtney looks like she's going to a Pepper Lincoln Park concert, and Lyle, always looking good and be like in the world, Barnett. What's that, team?
Courtney headed to Puzzle Palooza. Will you turn the camera and let us see Spencer real quick, please?
Are you going to a rave?
I sure
Spencer,
will.
look dead at us with that sweet headlamp you got.
Look at this future spouse of mine doing a puzzle with a headlamp.
I love puzzles. I am a puzzle guy.
You got time to do puzzles, Stevie?
No, but I would like them if I had 25 students left.
You put together really expensive puzzles, technically.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, there we go.
He wanted me to show you what he's building like a child. So
I like that.
yeah, that's West.
Hey, I'll send y'all. I got some shadow puzzles. I'll send you a shadow puzzle.
Come on. Apparently, that's what we do with our.
I even have a kid's one that's only got 5 pieces. That's what I like to put together.
Oh man, low blow already in the comments there, Steve-O.
What we got? Somebody's dogging me out.
Yeah, a little bit.
Sometimes fast, but look cool anyways. Yeah, I'll race your ass. I don't know what you got, but
anyway.
So what's happening? What have I been doing?
Well, I'm apparently. I bit my tongue. This is my first glass of wine, so I just bit my tongue. So apparently I'm going to the Lincoln Park concert. We'll just leave it at that. That's what I've been doing. But it's cold here.
Hey,
favorite part
guys, I do have one. Look at this.
Oh,
See,
man.
this is the one I'm talking about. This is what Spencer needs to do puzzle. More, it's broad spectrum.
Buddies, look at that motherfucker.
Look at that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, hey, not only do I have that, I also got another mode over here. You can fire that thing up and pick up like some serious focus light energy.
Yours sucks.
Send me the Amazon link.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's $36 USB-C. I wear it around the shop looking like Cyclops all the time in case I got to do last minute four-link adjustment.
We are dead in the middle of trying to get all these beadlock liner wheels out.
Yeah.
I really wanted. I'm not going to dog them out. Can't do it. I just, Stevie, I'm sure you deal with this at the shop whenever you're trying to align things to schedule. When something gets sent out, it goes along with something else, but you're having to drop ship one thing, and that just doesn't quite get there, and then you're left looking like an idiot.
Yeah, I look like an idiot every day. The problem is like for our business, it requires so many pieces to deliver the product. And like one piece of the $100,000 engine, and you can't deliver the engine. I mean, it can be any part of it. Yeah. So that's what Lyle's talking about. Our industry takes a lot of people.
It does. And they didn't screw me by it. It just, my schedule didn't work out, and it kind of got me frazzled. But it's part of it. Courtney, what are you smiling at so shittily?
I just in my head was trying to imagine like you as the professional guy who owns the and just making decisions, and that it tickled me. Kind of like you being a dad of 2. It just
Lyle done grown up a lot in the last 5 years.
Dad of 2, that'll change a man.
Yeah, you have a daughter now. You
God, and she is so cute. I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked, and I know it. And like all I can think about is like that. Like oh my God, look at that!
Look at that!
Like I dated somebody's daughter in high school at one. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you're gonna have to deal with all of that.
Look, I'm just forewarning. I'm a pretty good shot. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. My dad, when I was 15 years old, had people over, thought that they wouldn't be able to hear it because the pool was like far away from his deal. He chased my 7th grade boyfriend down the street in his tidy whities with his undershirt tucked in and an unloaded shotgun that was just for decoration, but no one knew. So you do that.
It's also a good way these days to get arrested for
Yeah, the
Right.
90s were different.
Yeah, the 90s, you really might get shot.
How old are you in the 90s? 20?
Why is anyone doing math here? This is not a math show.
Just asking.
Hey, I bet you dressed just like that when you went to the rave back then in the 90s.
This was more like the cul-de-sac field party look in like late fall, real
Yeah.
crispy outside.
With like a K5 blazer.
Did you wear like high top Reeboks and sing No Scrubs and stuff like that?
She had on a Britney Spears t-shirt back then.
I didn't wear Reebok. Definitely was cooler than that, but I did wear etnies. I went through like an Avril Lavigne skater girl phase where all my pants were real low below my hips, and I wore etnies.
You shopped at Claire's?
No, but I did.
Yeah, you did. PK Customs, you can order a MacFab banner on the website. I don't have very many left. I'll be re-upped here soon, but you can get a MacFab banner on the website.
Thank you, Ruffy.
Yes, please like and share.
I need the schedule. I need our itinerary.
I got it. I'm staring at it right now.
Just pulled it up.
Y'all don't realize, y'all shake and bakers out there, that like I stepped off the gas on a screw blown Hemi about 4.5 minutes ago.
Hey, what are you wearing right now, Stevie?
I'm wearing my gym clothes from this morning. I'm not going to stand up, but I had blood taken today. I'm getting KO'd. I'm pretty stinky. I have not showered yet from my 4 a.m. gym class, so it's been busy today.
Perfect.
Smells good.
Molly, you got us a sweet highs and lows video.
Yeah, get some smoky highs and lows.
Oh shit. Woo!
All right, see.
Hey. Yeah, go smoke it through.
My name is Courtney. I'll go first. My high was last time we all spoke. I was still mid-vacation mode, so finishing that out, it was pretty cool. And that was one of our last days on the beach. That was the last day I had alcohol until yesterday. Holy shit! I'm gonna get into that later. But my dad, I told you guys that my dad and my stepmom Debbie in the front row there met the Hydes. So now everybody's officially met, and nobody hates each other, and all is well. So that went very well. So just finishing up Florida. Me and Spencer flew to Fort Worth and we got our marriage license, and he didn't run. So that was good. There he is. Look at him. I think there's an even funnier picture.
You fresh out of the stand?
Look at him.
That's what I would say.
And so got back home and got into a normal scheme, and we are very healthy over here. We didn't drink until yesterday, and I needed it with the Steelers game. So I'm finishing the wine we opened yesterday, and then I'm back to another 10 days of no boozer.
I think it's worth talking about Spencer's first test session in the car he's never driven, not been in a pro mod for a year.
Yeah, that actually is listed on there. Very good. He look at that.
Oh.
He hopped right back in there, and his first time back on a trans brake, trip zip. What? He was like, surely that's broken, and it wasn't. So he was pumped. He was like trip zip, 007, 008, -8 red. He was on your ass, Lyle.
Steve Petty doesn't really know Spencer super well and has never worked with him. And when I got to the track, I drove Justin Bond's car and Aaron Stanfield's along with mine the 2 days after you guys left. And Steve was like, man, Spencer's a pretty good little driver. And I was like, yeah, he's pretty good. And he was like, man, he seems real nice. Good. I was like, fucking don't fluff yet. You hadn't met his mom.
Did he say what's he doing with Courtney?
No, he didn't. But no, he's excited about working with Spencer.
Scott Tidwell told me we were having a nice conversation. I thought it was serious. And he goes, Courtney, about to get married. Don't fuck this up, because that's as good as you're going to get.
Going up from here.
Yeah, he said,
fucking right,
you ain't
too.
getting no better. So thanks, Scott.
We had a really good test session. Justin Elks, what little hair he had left is completely gone. They took my car after the Snowbirds back to Modern, bolted it to the hub dyno. Lee White and Tommy got a hotel room next door, and they were there for days and days trying to figure out what was wrong with the car. So, and I didn't know. So I got there and I asked Justin, I said, well, what did y'all find? And he was like, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not 100% sure exactly what was wrong, but we changed literally everything. It made 6 pulls on the dyno and did not misfire, nothing wrong. We went to Bradenton, made a couple short pokes, and then made 3 straight runs in the 50s. Won a best of 58.0, and the car seems to be happy and healthy. So I was super pumped about that because Tommy was ready to throw in the towel and sell that thing. He had about enough, but it was good. And then I had to call Courtney about this one with Erica the other day, but
Before
Erica
you
was
tell
there.
the story, you should have seen the 3 of us trying to figure out how to merge a freaking call. You want to talk about Boomer Central?
Jesus fuck.
Oh, the new update?
Horrible.
I can't figure it out. I had a conference call last week and I gave up.
So Erica was there, myself, and then Hank Jackson, the Hank Whistle, was working on my car. And after the last day of testing, we decided to all go get dinner. So I'm riding with Erica, and she's talking to her dad, and I'm looking at my phone. We're bebopping down the road, and all of a sudden, Erica says, "Oh my God, Lyle, I don't know what's happening." And about that time, all 4 corners of the suspension of a full-size brand new Chevy Suburban bottomed out. And the next thing I know, all 4 tires are off the ground. We are sailing through the air, right? And I don't know if we've hit a human, an alligator, some skate park ramp that Courtney's headed to after this show. Like, I had no idea. And what I'd figured out is that we had just drove smooth through the middle of a roundabout at 60 miles an hour with the cruise control set. And I'm talking about when all 4 tires hit the ground, that's so much. We slide all the way through.
Gather it back up? Like you had to gather it up?
I wasn't driving. Erica was.
Oh,
my head. Thankfully, I had my seatbelt on. Erica had been, I don't want my seatbelt much. And Eric had been bitching at me because that thing dings and dongs and shit. So I had my seatbelt on. My head hit the headliner and my shins hit the dash. It was the most when we got
here's how Chevy gets a bad name. That thing will be in for service next week. They'll be like, it was a full quarter-inch out of tow by the time
My
we got
favorite part is imagining her, and she's not in the chat, so I can say this. She can only do one thing at a time, truly. And she's on the phone with my dad. And I can imagine when her visual clicked with her brain of what was in front of her to make her say, "Lyle, I don't know what's happening."
And at the time, I was like, this is it. This is how I leave the world right here after all the things, and I don't have many lives left, right? And I definitely just used one. But we got to the restaurant, and Hank Jackson was about to piss his pants. He was like, "What I would give to have a dash cam." He was like, at first, I saw both headlights pointed straight up, and the next thing I saw was both tail lights straight up. Holy fuck, man.
What was she like after? Because I'm sure she
was she shaking?
Well, it took us a second to I had half a concussion, and by the time, once I came to, we pissed our pants laughing for the next 30 minutes. Fuck, man, it was awesome.
Tell me this story. They both were laughing so hard they couldn't tell. I was getting pissed off. I at one point said, "When you're done laughing, call me and tell me the story."
It was so awesome.
So yeah, Erica Ender's drag racing 6-time world champion legend. And then her excuse was, "Well, they're putting roundabouts in everywhere."
To be fair, it was not marked, there wasn't, that now there's a requirement. They can't have the monuments and stuff in the middle because people, and we would have, if there was a statue, I don't even know that we'd have hit anything. I really don't.
You got over it?
I think so. Dude, I'm telling you, man. If there was a valence on that thing, there is no more. That thing is in the middle of a roundabout in Bradenton, Florida.
Oh my Lord.
Poor tie rods.
I wish more than anything I could have been there for that.
It was we were done testing, so all of our luggage was in the back. So it's just fucking shit everywhere. God, it was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
we looked at each other right after and just what the fuck?
Yeah, I looked over and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And your dad was like, "The craziest son of a bitch I know, and you about kill him in a Suburban."
That's how I'll probably go, tripping on a curb or something.
Yeah.
Sure. been on fire, about crashed, everything upside down all the time. It's probably
well, if times ever get tough, I don't care when it is. Me, you, and Erica will just fly to Bradenton. We'll get in a Suburban and tell Erica just
see if we can hit that
map this thing. I want to better our last one.
Oh God.
I'll get in the back so we can get some counterweight. I bet that wouldn't be comfortable.
You don't want to be in the back because that thing was like a catapult. I mean, it threw 200 pounds worth of luggage into the roof.
Erica should race the Mullets.
Oh man.
No. What she needs to be in the minivan race because they put a jump on the backstretch and it is epic.
She could hit a sweet jump.
Oh, we already have. She's seasoned. She's ready to go.
That's
if Pro Stock doesn't work out, she's definitely got a career in stunt driving.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with my low. So yesterday we had a customer project in the shop. If you guys ever had a bad day at work, yesterday was a bad day at work. It was problematic. My whole staff was here all night. I'll show you how bad it was. I'll show you if I can show you what I logged for dinner yesterday. If that'll work. Yeah, that's my dinner that I had yesterday. That's 4 shots of Crown Royal Special Reserve. That was dinner when I left the shop. It was pretty bad. But my high also counters that. With every adversity, there's victory. Today we had smashingly good success on the dyno and really learned a lot. Had a good deal to get a customer smoking down the road heading the right way. So highs and lows. I guess I still think the high would have been high without the low, but all good.
It helps. All right. Well, then I'll do my lows. My low was the fucking football game last night. I live in 1000% delusion, Pittsburgh Steelers mid-January delusion. And I truly believed in my soul that Aaron Rodgers was going to go out a champion, and they crushed my soul last night. And now I'm going to have to ride with the Texans, I guess. So
going into that game last night, you thought absolutely we're winning this game and we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
My fucking God.
Now I thought yes, because we were at home. They've not lost a Monday night home game since 1991.
Well, they fucking have now, and they weren't winning that one.
No, it was horrible. And my delulu was very high last night, and I took a roller coaster ride down to Loserville. So, and then also, I don't even think this counts as lows anymore. I'm just going to have to make a whole segment of my weekly travel woes. Spencer and I got stuck again, delayed 6 hours, did not land until 3 a.m., didn't get home till 4:45. Spencer had to be at work at 6. It was a fucking nightmare. I am so sick of traveling like a poor person.
Poor baby.
It didn't work. He didn't buy a jet just now. So
not yet.
Shut up. Well, my travel woes weren't nearly that bad. So it's easier for me to fly out of Raleigh than it is to Charlotte just because it's closer, airport smaller, parking's better.
Yeah.
So my flight to Bradenton was Raleigh to Charlotte because you have to. My Raleigh flight got delayed long enough that I was going to miss the Charlotte flight, so I ended up having to drive to Charlotte. But other than that, it was fine.
At least you were moving. We were sitting at the airport. Spencer was probably in the worst mood I've ever seen him in. It was not good.
Happens. My low, which we're going to have a segment on this later, is I'm just going to read it straight. Stupid fucking rules. And then we'll get into that later, and
we will get into that later.
Talk about it.
For this segment later, you guys are going to want to hear this segment. I also have some takes on the rules that we'll talk about.
All right. Anyway.
So we're going to pretend like everyone listening can't hear us. And do you guys want to do some random stuff first until Kayla gets here and handle the U.S. Street? I keep calling U.S. Street snowbirds.
I do too. Everybody does.
I labeled a video on our website snowbirds. It's not snowbirds. It's U.S. Street. So anyway, so we're going to skip U.S. Street preview and head into some randos. What do you guys think?
Perfect.
So we got to talk about the elephant in the room with the IHRA. Like, so us on this show, we talked about it in the beginning, and we all like, yeah, flash in the pan. Probably not good for the sport, probably not. But they're getting ahead of steam, right? What is your guys' take on the rapid progression of IHRA?
I want to make one note before we get into this, because I think we have a list of everything, and since they've come back, everything that they have acquired or started from scratch. But I want to make note that a little birdie told me they made a post the other day about breaking ground in Memphis, and then the Memphis race was removed from the schedule on their website. So maybe they're just moving some stuff around, because that will be good for Memphis. But you know me, I look at everything like this, right? Because I'm a skeptic. But I just think, Molly Lou, if you want to throw that list up, the amount of things, okay, here's my take. All this on paper, good, right? Kill caramel, all of it, that's great. We want everything back up and running and all the things. But the amount, this list, in the amount of time that it happened, with no real answers of personnel, operational things. We all know how hard it is to put on one race, right? Like, they did a great job with their events last year. I'm not knocking that. My concern, if I worked there or if I didn't, would be, how in the fuck are we going to do all of that? Like, that list is insane. The amount of tracks they've bought, the amount of series they've acquired and or restarted. And it's not even just in drag racing, right? This is a very far spread situation. And y'all we were at PRI. Every other person had on a blue IHRA shirt. I've never seen any of those people in my life. And I want to know where they're getting the people. And
my fear,
what you just said, the last thing you said, how in we're in a continuing hiring wave at KTR. Like, there is no day where a qualified person that comes in, we will not hire them, because we cannot get enough people. How in the world could you staff that many operations? You know, every track's a project, and you're going to have turnover every time. I'm amazed at the scope of that and the amount of time.
Well, and I think a key word there is qualified, right? Like, sure, we can hire warm bodies, but we're not talking about sweeping the floor here. We're talking about operating some of these are world-class facilities,
Right.
And my fear, and it has been since the beginning, and you see it all the time, and we say it all the time, is just sustainability, right? Like, how, if we've bought all these tracks and we're trying to do all these things and they hire all these people, if it doesn't go well, right? Because you see it, Stevie, I see it, Courtney sees it. If things go wrong, the first place to look for all the wrongdoings and the things that are going wrong is the internet, right? And that's the first thing that people post about is, I went to such and such drag strip, had the worst time ever. I got treated like this. I was parked here. The event was ran poorly, but on and on and on. And if we go somewhere and have a good time, most of us tend to not. And it's not, I don't think it's because we don't want to. You just don't think about posting when things go like they should, right? Well, that's exactly how it should have went. But if it doesn't go well, that's the first thing people are going to talk about. And then nobody wants to support it. The dude gets burnt out. And the next thing you know, it's no longer here, right? So that is my biggest fear, is that it's happened so fast. And I'm not saying they can't do it. I think what he's doing, it looks really good right now. Over $13 million in payouts next year. And over 9 million in the nitro classes, like, that's all great. And I think you're a fool to not go try some of the pro mod stuff, right? I mean, it's just paying ridiculous money and it looks good. But at what point does he just get tired of doing that? Or does he?
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't.
That's my fear, is that at some point you start looking at what you've put in and what you're getting out of it, and it's obviously very lopsided, and the dude just doesn't do it anymore.
Well,
maybe not.
You talk about getting tired of it. So, like, one of the things that when I started KTR a long, long time ago, I always had a motto that, like, if I lose it all, I can get it again. If I'm tired of this, I can walk away. Now it's too big. There's too many people depending on me to walk away. Think about how big that guy's business is. What are you going to do if you say, hey, I don't want a drag race, but I have $600 million in assets sitting here? Who are you going to call up and say, hey, I need to get $600 million from my 13 racetracks? Like, I don't know.
And I'm reading through some of these comments, and I've had people say it. Obviously, I work for the NHRA, I work for the PDRA, all the other things. And I care very much about all of the areas of drag racing. And so that's why I'm so passionate and look at this with such a skeptical rose-colored glasses, because I've seen things happen too quickly and it ends up being bad for it and whatnot. But this is great. Molly put this in here. Since the last show that we had 2 weeks ago, broke ground on Memphis, bought a circle track at Rockingham, bought Topeka, donated $10 million to St. Jude's, announced the Triple Crown, the $4.3 million in 3 races, $275,000 Promo Mania, all these things that just keep happening so rapidly. One of the things that my negativity sees is like, now I even saw a post the other day when they didn't announce something, somebody made one of those like fake check-in Facebook things. It was like marked safe from an IHRA announcement today. Like, I hate for things to be watered down and for us to be in this perspective where it's accepted. And I saw another post of like, who will the IHRA save today? We don't need a savior, right? We need somebody to find their place in our sport to help make it better. And this combative behavior, and until I speak to Woody face to face about it, or Daryl again, or whatnot, like, I'm not talking shit. I know this is on the internet. These are my true thoughts in my heart of hearts. I really am skeptical of the amount of growth and the amount of time that it's happened. And for us to be like just waiting for this savior to happen. We were doing just fine. What's the saying about the government? Like, the government that says that they're here to help is the government that won't help at all. That kind of deal, right? I hope that it's not getting watered down. And I hope that we're not just like going to grow complacent to this kind of growth, because anywhere outside of this specific little snow globe that it's happening in is not realistic and it's not sustainable.
I hope it all works. I hope it all works. I really do. I got all my eggs in the drag racing basket. So
good word.
My entire basket needs all this to work. So,
Kev for Fun 12 says, until the IHRA has a TV deal and series sponsor, they can't be taken seriously. Just saying. And like, I hear what you're saying, but I have to disagree a little bit that you can't. I mean, it's not like he's talking about buying these places or talking about paying this kind of money. He's doing it. So, yeah. I mean, I think you can take him pretty serious right now. Now,
so, like with the amount of money he spent, he can like buy Netflix and HBO. So, well, like, I mean, a TV deal is not going to be hard.
And all the work that they're doing at these facilities, like he's no longer hiring. He started a construction company, right? Like he bought all, and I don't mean like a Bobcat or a skid steer and like a Mini X, right? Like this dude has bought all the equipment needed to land clear, pave, concrete pave, like all of it. I mean, he owns it, and he has a team that travels to these racetracks and does just that. It's for real right now. So I think you got to take him pretty serious.
Yep. You can't take it seriously now. If you say, hey, it's going away right now, I'm not saying it's not going away, but it's going away right now.
I think our fear, or our, when we talked early on about, like you said, a flash in the pan, and it's definitely not going to be short-lived. No. Now, how long is it going to last? I mean, who knows? Everybody said the NHRA is going under for 100 years now, and they're fixing to start their 75th year. So I think it's here for a while. I really do.
Listen, it's been exciting to watch. That's for sure. Like if we went back in that first episode, whenever they announced it was coming back and told us, here's the list of things they're going to do in the next 8 months, we would have laughed. Like no one can do that. We would have said absolutely not, bottom dollar no. So kudos to that. And that's what we do here on the Shake and Bake Show, is we rip it apart and look into it, because this is what we do. Like Stevie said, like this is our entire existence. If God forbid in 5 years, all of these tracks he bought or this or that, even if the NHRA, if any one of these sanctioning bodies with this much control over that goes away, we lose a huge chunk of the pie. And that's personal to the three of us.
Yeah. It's my livelihood.
Yeah. No shit. We're all dumb. We all figured out a way to make money in this fucking sport.
But and like I said a while ago,
ditch digging company I could have, like if I decided to do that, I could make it happen.
Oh, my dad says it all the time. I mean, I think it's 13.6 million or something like that, or the payouts for next year. Like, and that's not rumor. Like that's what. And I've been to several IHRA races, and they've never not paid. Right? Like it's for real.
It's a really good time. I went and checked it out. We got customers that ran over there. I went and checked it out. It was a good time, good race. needed a little organization, but I mean, the thing's in the first year. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, and like, I don't know that Goliath's ever had a crowd like they had there at the last race they had at Goliath this year. Like, I've personally never seen that place like that, and it's pretty local to me. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's great. Like, we root for that. I'm not, and all the skeptical things I say, I'm not rooting against it.
Yeah. No, not at all. No, I mean, we're in.
It just scares me. I'm going to address a couple of these comments. For somebody said,
Stevie, I've seen like 50 times. Is KTR still looking for people?
Yes, always looking for people. There will never be a time where we're full of people. But again, like you said, we're looking for specialty people in specialty roles. So we get 100 applications a day, and there's times where you may be a great applicant, but we're not looking for that specialist right now. So yes, we're hiring for everything that we do. We're always hiring. You just got to, if you're not going to fill out a resume and an application on the web page that we have built for you, like, you're probably not going to get called. So do that. Barker Max is definitely on the team. He'll actually be here Thursday down on a deal, and he'll be in Florida with us. So he's I can't get him to come racing with me, and I can't get him to drive my car, and he's not wanting to go to the track a lot. Sorry, go ahead, Courtney. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, I just was making sure we hit all these comments. Taylor Chmisky had a really good point. If he fails, the NHRA gets stronger. If he succeeds, the NHRA is forced to get stronger, which is a very true statement. That's what I mean by, just all finding your place in this sport and working on it together. And if everybody's at each other and wants the other one to fail, that's where we start to get into trouble. So
sorry, no comp. Are we got 15 minutes to Steve, are we going to get into the rules or wait?
No, we can go ahead and just rip it, baby.
Yeah, rip it.
When's our guest coming on?
She was going to text me. She should be getting home right here in a minute. I told her like 8:15. So
okay, let's go ahead and just talk about rules. Go ahead, Lyle. You want me to go? You want me to be a dick?
No, I'll go first. Okay. I made a post earlier in the week. There's been a rule change in Pro 275. We are, well, probably not anymore, but we were the only car. Nope, you guys had one. We were one of two cars to switch to Hearts and bring the Hearts to the last Radio Outlaw Racing Series race at South Georgia at No Mercy. Yep. We had a very, very good weekend. Qualified number one, low for every round but first round, where I was in a pedal fest and won the race. We ran really well. We ran, I think we weren't top speed because of Brad Edwards, but the car ran really well. But they had put 30 pounds on us before we ever pulled into the gate. The car had never been entered in competition with that combination. We had tested at Rockingham the week before, and got 30 pounds after the test session and before we rolled into the gate. So we had to shove 30 pounds in the car and continued to just mow through the field. They have now waited until 2 weeks, gave us an extra week before the first race of the Radio Outlaw Racing Series, and they put another 20 pounds on us. Not a huge deal, but the bigger concern is that the only class in drag racing that has the multiple power adders heads-up deal that has a 50-pound spread between the centrifugal blower and the 92 over screw is Pro 275. Where that came from and how they came up with this, yet to figure out. I'll let Stevie talk about that a little bit. But to me, it looks like they've singled out the Hearts a little bit. It is also for the V1 upgrade of the Pro Charger, and I get that. But I don't know where we've ran this car in one event. I don't know where the data comes from to support them making these changes, and especially one like that. It's got me. I'm as fired up about the spread between the screw and the centrifugal as I am about the 20 pounds on us, because the 20 pounds probably isn't really going to hurt us that much. But if there's, and this is not a knock to anybody that runs the screw in Pro 275, Eddie Harrison, a good buddy of mine, there's just not a truly well sorted out program running the screw over there. Scott Tidwell still had a screw blown combination with Steve Petty on the keyboard, and they ran it at 92 over. I don't think it would even be close.
Right.
I could be wrong, But I can't make it make sense. Can't do it.
So anytime we do parody racing, hold on, let me send this.
Did you reach out to them, Lyle?
I'm leaving.
To who?
The guys in charge.
Social media did.
Okay. Aside from that post, though.
No, I mean, I don't think there's any need to call Donald or whoever and getting in a bitching and arguing fight over the phone. I mean, what's done is done. It's written.
Right. Well,
sure, the rules
for the why factor.
Just a waste of my time. I think. I'm typically not one to take to the internet. I have maybe once or twice before, but to talk and bitch about stuff like that. But I just like, what the fuck? Like I don't get it.
So anytime you have parody racing, you're going to have people that are always pissed off because their combination got hit. So like, just like in the winter series, I'm pissed off because I feel like we don't have a chance to outrun the Harts. Did they segregate the Harts Charger and any other centrifugal, or is it just a centrifugal combo?
No, so you can now, until the Harts came out, like, the baddest blower from Pro Charger you could run is that F4 140.
Right.
Which is what was on Salvage Title up until we put the Harts on. It's what holds the record. Went 360 flat with a 1 when Marcus Burt drove it. And what I ran all of last year until we went to South Georgia. So you can run the F4 140 at 50 pounds less than you can run the Harts.
Yeah. The only issue, right, that's what you're saying. I don't think manufacturer could ever be segregated in rules. I mean, I'm saying a specific manufacturer.
Well, now the V1 upgrade, which is the 30, I think it's 30 thou bigger wheel, bigger housing deal that they did for the Pro Charger, is also a part of the Harts rule, right? So if you run the V1 upgrade of the Pro Charger, which is the bigger wheel and housing, or the Harts, then you're 50 pounds heavier than the 140 and the screw at 92 over.
Yeah. Is like if you were going to say, okay, the Harts is better or the Pro Charger is better, it's got to have more weight. That's crazy. Because like if I build a better engine, are you going to hit my engine because my motor makes more power? That's dumb. But one thing I think everybody's scared of is like, the Harts is pretty much dominating a lot of stuff. It sucks when you get kicked in the balls and you're not competitive anymore. I got a customer that runs Harts Charger actually we got 2 of them out here now. So it's an awesome product, right? It drove Pro Charger to build a better product, but there has to be some period where all these companies that come out with this trick of the week every single week stop developing this stuff, because when they do, they come out with a new blower every 2 weeks and you guys get smashed. You're mad. The people that you're smashing get mad. Screw blower is the only thing on the planet you can't touch. Like it's the only thing. So it's cool to have this conversation because like you're on the centrifugal side of this argument and I am too, because I got 2 customers. The screw blower side, I see it too. I don't know. You're never going to make everybody happy. I always like to say, get it within 200s and let's race. But
like in Pro Mod, the Harts outweighs the 92 over screw by 10 pounds.
Right.
So like my question is, where does the 50 come from? You can run 128 over screw in Pro 275 for 25 pounds more than. So my combination's 20. It was 27.75 when I was testing at Rockingham in early October. I'm now 28.25. I've ran 1 race, and now you can run 128 over screw at 28.50, which is 25 pounds more than I am in the Harts.
Right. But I mean,
like, where does this come from?
But the Harts makes more boost than 128 over screw, or the same. So I don't know. I don't know. All I can say is I believe all these rule makers should have a committee. There needs to be a committee of intelligent people that do this for a living, not one person for each series.
Yeah.
Because now the series are all big enough and all the same people run these things. You got 1 or 2 people making the rules, and it's not that they don't do a good job or know what they're doing, but they're just not familiar with it like we are. Like, for instance, I mean, the PDRA transmission rule, I'll just bring that up. The Pro Nitrous given Turbo 400s a weight break. that's probably going to go away. But like if there was a rule committee, they would say that's a bad idea. There's 3 turbo 400 cars and all the rest of them have another transmission. And, you're going to give them that deal, because then once they do that, okay, that trickles into Pro 275. Does the turbo 400 need 25 pounds there, or does it need it in NHRA? I think that you could get 6 or 8 really intelligent, non-biased people that could manage the rules for about everything. I mean,
and there are a chunk of people who, like you said, have their hands in multiple cookie jars that could speak for all of that. But everything's so on that front, it's so segregated. And like you said, earlier, like what's done is done. But then you have other sanctioning bodies who will answer their phone. Like, to be honest with you, we called Tyler Crossnow yesterday because we wanted to talk about the pro nitrous rule on here, and didn't want to attack, didn't want to just bitch, but wanted to ask questions. And Tyler and the PDRA is one of those series that listens, and we've even seen them backtrack on things once they figure it out and talk. But I think you're really onto something there, Stevie, as if you need another job.
You just can't. One person cannot know everything about that. You just can't. I mean, we have 6 crew chiefs here, and we run every combination that there is here. And I still don't know everything about it. But what I do is when somebody asks me something I don't know, I call that brain trust of people and ask them what they think. And most of the time, 4 or 5 of them are going to tell me the same thing, and I'm going to have a straggler. I'm not going with the straggler. I'm going to go with the 4 or 5 crew chiefs that kind of agree. And I think a lot of times with the rules, it'd be really good to get some outside perspective from people that really know,
But are there enough outside non-biased people to put together?
There are. There are. I've sat on rules committees a lot. There are people, and I will never do anything to help my combination to win if it hurts the sport. I'll never cheat. If I have a 10th advantage, I'm not ever going to want that, because it hurts the sport. It makes people not want to race. It makes people mad. Now, grudge racing is a different story. I'm going to smash your ass in the ground. But there are enough people that are financially vested in this sport like I am, where I need competitive racing where every combo can win. It does me no good when I've got 3 power adders sitting out here 20 feet from me for one of them to have an advantage over the other. And they race in the same series, same classes. So there are enough. Now, you won't get everybody to agree that there's enough. And I'm not saying I would even do it because I don't have time. But there are enough people that know what they're doing.
Well, that was a little smoother than I expected.
Like when you talk about parity, like we're talking about, let's do it. Do you want to talk about U.S. Street Nationals, or we're going to wait?
I just texted out. If it's
about, so like parity up there, like, so if you were a Harts Charger guy, you would say, okay, if you average the ET of all 32 cars, you would say the Harts Charger only out ET'd you the screwblower combination by 3,000ths. The racing's good, right? And you'd be right. If you look at the top 10, there's only three screw cars in the top 10, right? So you would say, okay, the screw doesn't have the advantage. If you were to look at the turbo and say nobody's running turbos, but then you could say that the number 2 qualifier ran a turbo. So there's always ways to look at it. I think in Pro Mod, I think they're pretty shiny. I mean, I think that it's just like I said when Jason Harris was on here. I've had him on the dyno, and
at least it's him, not us.
Somebody screenshot that. Hurry.
Somebody's got it for sure. He looks like how he feels today, like this.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
There he is.
There's a reason why everybody is in the Winter Series. The reason why everybody's converting to the centrifugal. I mean, how many people are selling their centrifugal today to buy a screw, turbo, or nitrous car? So I think it's pretty shiny. I just know if I ran an engine that was 6 years old and it was a store-bought racing engine, I would not qualify for the race. You know what I'm saying? Like, I qualified 16th and I missed I only made the field by 9 thou. And I got the best that there is. I got the most powerful screw blown engine on the planet. And so I don't know. Always ways to look at it. This next race I'm looking forward to see how parity ends up here. And, if there's some adjustment, and if it's good, let's go racing. I'll have to outfly.
I'm loving the comments right now. We got Jimmy Dale in here talking about, he's got everybody all talking with each other. I like it when the conversation that we're having goes into the comments and then they have their own conversations. It's very cool. So I just an observation. The chat's on point tonight.
Right. It's going to be good. But next week, I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are very shocked by some of the performances that come out.
We will get to that here in just a few minutes. Is that all you had on the rule stuff? We're going to wait to talk about the PDRA thing.
Well, I mean, some of them may be watching or get sent. Like, I'm not dogging the rule maker. I mean, I was fired up about it. The rule makers are doing what they think they need to do to keep parity in the class and the class alive, and I appreciate that and respect what they're doing. I just feel like sometimes maybe some knee-jerk decisions are made. And honestly, like, if we had to have known that a rule change was coming a couple months ago, right? So to me, it feels like we're going to wait until the last minute to make this rule change so that they don't have time to test it, right? Which is wrong, because Tommy Newman, I'll tell you, first and foremost, Tommy Humans is going to do whatever it takes to bring the absolute best combination he has to every race, right? And if we had time, which Lee's in Qatar, so we don't, but if we had time, we would be testing this week. But Lee's in Qatar, there's nothing we can do. They made the rule change while he was gone. And it just seems like, we're going to slide this one in so they don't really have time to figure it out, which also feels like it's wrong.
The rule maker, like, what good would that do to have that kind of motive?
I don't know, but I mean, make it make sense any other way, right? Like,
I'm just devil's advocate
here. Why would you wait until 2 weeks before the race otherwise, knowing we're one of the only? Is Jared bringing his car to U.S. streets?
Yeah.
So there's two of us, right? And I don't know about I've been told
fast either, so he's gonna figure it out when we get there.
I've been told that Grantley Schloss, who the Australian that won the Pro 275 championship last year, has put a screw on his car. And which seems kind of odd. Like, if you won the championship and ran really good, why would you do that unless you had an idea that this was coming, right?
Here's the thing about making rules too.
Or why wouldn't you just put the hearts on it?
Yeah. Here's the thing about making rules that some people kind of forget. You also got to have some common sense when you look at some of this stuff. You got to decide where your zero is at and go plus and minus from there. If you make my engine combination your zero for the screw blower combination, nobody else has a chance. No one else needs to even show up, because we make 500 dyno pulls a year with it. We made over 1,000 runs down the track and dyno last season. So how many people, who has that data? So if my combo is zero of the screw blower combination, and they're going to say that is what they all should run, it's tough. So you got to have some common sense, right?
Jimmy Dale had a good question. Molly, when you put that up there. What about the radial outlaw rule about testing the week before the event? I don't know anything about that.
I didn't even know that there was that. I thought you always tested before the event.
Well, I had the question too. Put it up there. I don't know.
I hadn't seen it, so I hate to comment. I don't know if you can or can't or something. I think all these races would be way more badass if there was no testing. I know it would kill revenue, but when you show up and you got to do it right now, it slows the field down. It makes it where anybody can win. It changes it up a lot.
I always have thought that about the PDRA too. Like, again, with the revenue,
it would change
everything.
Everything.
Because if you can't get there.
That's one thing I liked about the IHRA deal. Went over there, you got no testing in 2 rounds of qualifying. You better be good.
We got some. Soon I'm gonna text Kayla. We've got some off the trailer business going on at US Street this week, the next weekend, with a couple of classes.
At US Street.
What?
What's happening with off the trailer?
Who just said that? Am I the frozen one?
No.
No. Y'all both. Whoever said that sounded like a robot to me. Which fucking class is it, Spencer? The 28-10-5 is going to be scoreboards on and off the trailer, and Low Gangsters is off the trailer too, I believe. Going right into first round, but we're going to talk about that here in a minute. So I just texted Kayla. I know half of you are on here for Kayla. Oh, she's ready when we are.
Speaking of, I guess we'll wait till she gets on here to do some calling out.
She's here.
Okay, let's bring on our special guest, the new Flow Racing. I don't know. I'll let you introduce her.
My new sidekick, the yin to my yang. One of my favorite bitches on the planet.
I will say, I feel like I was skeptical just because she'd never done this before, and I didn't know how she was going to be received from the fans and stuff, being a street outlaw stuff. But I thought you guys did a fantastic job. Both on your social media side was really cool. I thought she did a really good job. You kind of threw it to the wolves at the top end, right? She did really good top end interviews. I was super impressed. I think it was a great move.
All right, well, no further ado.
Bring that bitch out.
The yin to the yang. Hey, Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
Hi. How's it going so far?
Looking all smart and sexy in your glasses.
Well, we haven't got any letters from the SEC yet, but we're only about 35 minutes in, so there's still time.
Oh, well, what have I missed? I've been dropping off Cooper at baseball practice, so.
We've been talking shit about rule makers, IHRA. We just started digging into a little bit of U.S. Street Nationals. That's about it.
Yeah,
Kayla, right off the rip, I want to ask your opinion on showing times in small tire.
That's not where I thought that was going. I thought it was Pat Courtney.
You were just ripping the Band-Aid off immediately?
Yep. I want to throw you right to the wolves right off the rip.
See what you got.
All right. Well, I have a strong opinion, but my opinion is not the only one that matters. In fact, it doesn't matter at all, if we're being honest. I'm not in favor by any means. I think it has some consequences. I think it caters to a specific group of racing. But it's going to be a good show, and we're going to know exactly what these small tire cars are capable of by the end of US Street.
And that,
not the Hot Mess Express version I was hoping for.
I got you. Hang on. And that is the Flow Racing Kayla Morton answer. Now,
Yeah, so really quick, Kayla, this is the Shake and Bake show.
Listen, we all have to walk a line. But now you're fired for the next 10 minutes. What do you think?
But explain though where you come from, right? Like
what are those consequences?
Okay, so I think it caters to the high budget racers, the unlimited budget racers, and it diminishes any hope that the lower budget teams have to go and run with these guys. Now, reaction times, if you lost in a hole shot or you won in a hole shot, and so does the other guy. I think that it diminishes hope for the people that think that they can run with your guys that are going to put up 390s, and they are going to, and they're going to look at the boards and think, well, fuck, I can't get there. I'm not coming to the next one. And then as far as consequences, to me, it just kills the grudge game a lot, because these cars that are showing times now, you're going to go to a grudge race later in the year. You're going to try to get a grudge race, and they know that you run 90s or whatever, so they're not going to line up next to them, and it kills big matchups that could have potentially been really good and exciting.
Did anybody, and Kayla, this is your side of the world, not ours, or not mine anyway. Was there any kind of warning? Was there any kind of talk amongst the people in the pits, or this is what we think the fans would want, or this is
I'm actually on the Shake and Bake show. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. I can hear you. He's a special guy. But yeah, was there any kind of talk of it that you heard, or was it just you read it when we read it?
So I know from the racers that race in the small tire class, they were given very little warning. A couple of them I talked to this week were like, we just found out a couple days ago for sure that this was going to happen. I know there are a lot of them that are reluctant to light the boards just because of that grudge racing aspect. And I'll take Russell Stone because he doesn't give a shit if I mention him here or not. So he races that car in big money grudge races, $10,000, $20,000 per race. You know a little bit about that, don't you, Stevie? A little side pot.
Yeah.
Almost skin somebody else up again in the next one.
Go ahead.
Do you have any prospects?
I got one I want to slap off. We'll get to that a little later.
But if he goes and lights the boards and he has a killer weekend at US Street and runs 391, and then he goes and tries to, get a race with whoever at Big Jake's event, which is in April, they're gonna be like, no, fuck you. I saw you light the boards. Like, I'm not running beside you for any kind of stack.
Yeah.
There's
That-
a
Go ahead.
couple comments that
Sorry about that.
where they say, again, I don't know anything about this. All the racers pretty much know what everybody runs, that this was something that they do. The fans are the only ones that are truly in the dark. Is that real?
I will agree that it is much better from a spectator point of view. Spectators want to see the boards lit. They want to know what they run. It is confusing for them that you have all these classes that have times up, and then this class comes and there's no time up. And for the spectator side, it's a positive. So, my glass is half full for the spectators. It's just the racer side of me that's a little disappointed with the boards on. And as far as everybody knowing what they run, yeah, you have a bunch of loudmouths in that class that are going to show you their ticket, and it's for lack of a better word, a dick swinging contest. But some of them are pretty quiet and they're sleepers, but they ain't going to be asleep no more.
Yeah. We're going to know. Turn back and see what everybody's got up under there.
Oh, my phone's going off. Probably with these small tire racers. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Screw you. Be careful.
Sorry, I was about half paying attention, but Kayla, do you agree that part of maybe their decision to do this was every time for the past couple months, every time somebody's went fast on this tire, the first thing they've done is post a time slip to the internet, right? So everybody knew. So do you think part of that was like, well, fuck, everybody knows what these guys are running. Let's just turn the boards on.
Yeah, I think that was really stupid on their parts to post their time slip, even when they lost. Like, you lost, who gives a shit what your time slip says?
I can't stand when somebody gets gapped and posts a picture of a time slip and be like, I cut a better light than that guy. I don't care. You got wrecked. Like, it don't matter what happened. Can't stand
Right.
it.
So, yeah, stupid move on those racers' parts for sure.
My next true and genuine question of ignorance is, so everybody knows when Flo started doing the no time stuff, we had a couple of timing glitches where we showed like one pair at 2 or 3 races. We showed their time. They were not allowed to go to certain other races, all of this stuff, this rule. And I've seen, now that I've started to like some things on this side of the world on my feeds, I'm starting to see more of it. I've seen a couple of conversation starters of, should we stop this rule with things going on like this? Is that a conversation maybe that like this whole no time thing is shifting, or like, do they stand firm and say, no, we're no time for that reason, no time?
I know Big Jake, which is the big, you can't race here if you've showed your times in the last year type of thing. And that's been a rule for a long time. I know that he is being persuaded to allow those
That's
cars.
a done deal.
It is done.
That's a done deal. Yeah.
And that honestly really, really surprised me. I never thought that he would be pliable to that at all. But
Well, I think that Jake's may be a slight exception to the rule because of the caliber of car that it takes to compete at those races now. I mean, let's face it, if you don't have a screwball and pro mod, it's kind of in the way, right? I'm not saying some of these Pro Charger and Harts Charger deals with 600 horsepower nitrous shoved down its throat can't compete. But for them to continue to have a decent car count, and all of these races, which also have a problem with flyer hustle, it's 200,000 to win if you got 567 cars, right?
oh yeah, I hate that.
And that's in real fine print down there in the bottom right. But in order for them to continue to get good quality cars to do this, I think that they were kind of forced. And Jake, and Jake and Justin are going to do a points deal for this no time stuff. I think they were kind of forced to do it just to keep good cars there, because the guys that have cars capable of running as fast as it takes to be competitive in that world are Radio versus the World guys or Pro 275 guys, class racers that would come and dabble there if they were allowed, but if the 365-day rule is a thing, then they can't do it, and like same for us with the purple car with Elvira. the only reason we ran Jake's and those no time races towards the end of last year is the car hadn't been out. It had never shown a time, and it was easy for us just to go do that. Well, then we go to Georgia, run an RVW and go to the final. And now that's what we want to do. So we would be out, and that's the case for several, that they want to run RVW and classes like that. So I think they were kind of forced to do it. And I kind of understand the small tire deal. While I'm a class racer at heart, so I'm kind of for the boards being on, I also understand completely where you're coming from and how I could see it being a downside for that class for sure.
Yeah, I think rules are being maneuvered in all classes. All steel glass is changing right now to cater to more car count. And it's just like you said, if Jake stood firm on his, can't light the boards rule, then there would be a lot less cars. So, and that's what we need. We need more cars at all the races.
It would just make it thin at the top. Like if Jake stood on that, like you said, and continued to force that rule, there would just be one or two cars that would say, nope, we're not class racing, and it would just be lonely at the top. We're allowing this. It brings in, I'm going to say, half a dozen, top tier cars to come and do it. So it's not just a one or two car shootout at every race.
The lure of grudge racing for the fans has always been that the clocks are off. Like rarely. There are grudge races where we do in the clocks on, like when I'm, grudge race at the last race, and when I crush Keith Haney and stuff all the time whenever he will. But most of the big, awesome grudge races, the really good ones, clocks are off.
Right. And that's the part that just kind of hurts my heart a little bit. Like, it's traditional. It's been going on for a long time. You think you might know what somebody's running, or, you're willing to put your money where your mouth is. And now there's no secret. And it's just kind of sad.
What do you think, like the immediate? So we talked about even wanting to have Jimmy Dale on to talk the other side of it. Now that he's in here, I'm wishing that we would have. What do you think the immediate situation is going to be, right? I see everybody on the internet, but do you think that anything will change for US Street? Do you think anybody will back out? Do you think there will be any kind of, stand firm in that, or it's just going to be a speed bump?
I don't think so. I think that this winter series and the 28-10-5 is so hot right now that is bothered as they're going to be. They're also not going to not be there, because then they'll feel left out, and you might miss something and you're missing an opportunity to win a lot of money. So I think they'll just suck their shit up and do it. I will say another concern of mine is now that these clocks are on, what are we doing about licenses? Are they going to make him get licensed? Half that field ain't got a license. And now the clocks are going to be on, and they're going to require safety things that some of them might not have. And that's something that's going to have to be addressed. And, you're not giving them any testing to get license passes done, because it's an off the trailer race now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that either.
Yeah.
But Courtney, I think to know what this does to the class moving forward, I don't think you'll truly know until King of the South at Shadyside in May.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be bitter.
I don't know what this is going to do to that. My fear is that it's going to hurt Corey and those guys. Because Ryan Martin obviously set the world on fire going 394 on a 28, which is unbelievable. That is a stellar run. That tire is really hard to go fast on, really hard. Yeah. And those guys were there for 4 days and tested their ass off, made a shit ton of runs, got really good equipment. Jamie Miller on the keyboard, like it got all the right parts, and they should go fast. But I don't think you'll know until then. I think that at the bottom, it'll probably hurt. I fear that Corey's going to struggle.
Me too.
To get good cars. I think you'll be able to fill the spots there just because of let's call it half a dozen really big 28-10-5 races, Outlaw, Armageddon, the 3 here, King of the South. There's a couple more here and there. That's one that people just flat want to be a part of, whether they got something that can compete or not, right? But I think it will, some of the guys that are, think that they're pretty close, but probably not front runners, are going to know now that they're probably really, really, really far away. And I think it'll hurt the good cars coming to these races moving forward, I think.
So this is one of those, just not to Harry Styles quote it, but dealing with the sign of the times, right? Like, I think it's so great that these classes, even having these at events that I cover, like I'm learning a lot. I'm seeing a whole new side of it, and I love it. At first, it just confused me and kind of pissed me off because I didn't know what was going on or what they were running or who was doing grudge races on the side. But having these classes at these large events like this, I think has been a good thing. But I can now see, just as a spectator and somebody who appreciates the story of the entire race, that yeah, you're right. It'll affect it on the backside, but look how much attention it's getting on this side, right? And as a fan of it, every time a car goes down the racetrack, my dumbass looks at every single time. I'm like, fuck, it's no time. Like I just look for the time, right? Just as a curiosity kind of standpoint. So on the spectator side, I can definitely see why having this as a more important headliner, that would help it to be more of that. But I think sometimes too, you got to protect the roots of the racing.
Yeah.
Well, and like you bring up, Ryan brings up another point. Like you're right. Ryan tested his ass off. He deserved the slip. He deserved the recognition that he got. But like, as far as like catering to the big money racers or whatever, so those people that can go and test for 4 days for US Street in Florida, they're going to do that. They don't have jobs. Their racing is their job, and I'm not knocking that. I would love for that to be my job. I'm not there, but you give them 4 or 5 days to test all week, and then these people that are only can take off of their regular job on Friday, maybe Thursday, are going to drive 24 hours straight through to get to this race and have zero chance to test. And your top guys have been testing all week, and now you're racing off the trailer again. That's a hard pill to swallow for those people.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at, like she said, you look at the class as a whole, these are a lot of grassroots guys, right? That's what she was saying. They're business owners and maybe don't even own a business, right? They're spending all of their paycheck working at some textile mill or something to make this happen. And it does make it hard. Ryan Martin has a pro mod style program, right? And he's got a pro mod. He had a twin turbo car there that he was testing when we were there. And it causes the divide to be greater, and unfortunately, I think you'll probably see that when the boards light up, is that
100%.
The cream's always going to rise to the top, right? Like no matter what, doesn't matter what they do, that's always going to be the case. But you're going to see the difference.
But do you think you have seen more lately of top tier people stepping down than you have stepping up lately? Okay. It muddies it up when you have people that don't really belong in maybe a class, right? They need to be over there where it costs that and they're racing.
They belong. Just say it.
Where they belong, but they don't want to race against professionals because they'll get the shit slapped out of them. So they'll step down sometimes into a class that's maybe a little more easy. I don't like it. I like to see people step up, challenge themselves, and get better.
Yeah.
And that's all. It's across all racing. I see it in all classes. There's some classes what do you think would happen if we brought my 17 guys that are out here and come around 28 no time? Like, it wouldn't be good for the class. It wouldn't be good for the sport.
Right.
I mean, it just wouldn't. And we want to build the sport, not tear it down.
But I think on the flip side, though, I think it's not easy. I think it's way easier now. Well, I'm not going to say way easier. It's a little easier now to step up in the sense that you can go and buy, like in Pro Mod, for instance, you can go to Proline and buy a full package with a tuner and go out there and run relatively close, right? And that's more so became the case as the years have gone on. But you think back to when Scotty Cannon and those guys were racing back in the day, like it was all in-house, super top secret, everybody had their own stuff. And you couldn't do that. Me, Kayla, and Courtney couldn't go buy a Pro Mod today and do our own thing and come out there and be even remotely competitive, right? Like not even close.
But the access to technology has bridged that gap a lot.
For sure. But us three could put our dollars and cents together, which it would not even come close. and go buy a turnkey package from ProMod, and we could go be competitive, so, or from ProLine, but
For sure.
is what it is.
We have hit our peak commenting demographic. I'm just reading through all these comments. Everybody's got a lot to say on this. I love it. Daryl, JRC photos. So the board's being lit more of a problem for the grudge game than it is for the car count at Winter Series. It's a money thing anyway. So that's the kind of point we were making of I think we won't see the true effect until you get down to the other races. But I will say ProMod has been the only thing we really talk about when it comes to the Winter Series and all the things. And that was a big part of those at Flow wanting to bring Kayla on board to give the rest of the classes more light because they have the following. This situation here, as a storyteller of the Winter Series, which is my job is not to think, my job is not to care, it's to tell stories. This was awesome, right? Like I loved this call because I knew it was going to ignite stuff like this. And so Kayla, I think that this makes, as our call the other day, like this makes your job just super fun and super easy for things to totally come with you. So
you got a lot of ammo for this one.
Yeah. And if you're racing at this race and you're involved in this, or even a fan, whatnot, like, and you want your voice to be heard, we're going to do a whole thing on it. Like we've got a whole plan. We want the voices to be heard on this. So this is the story of it. So Jason Harris, who we'll talk about in a minute, can run the table, all the things that's made ProMod so cool for the Snowbirds. It is kind of cool that we come out, whereas this is the main conversation piece. And I know there will be consequences and whatnot, but like this is the headline for the first time ever.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
I will say, like, I was thinking about Stevie saying like stepping up, stepping down. Stepping down does not sound horrible right now because I don't know if you've seen, but the 530 class is paying like 50, 20, 10. I could go race the 530 class for 10,000 2 weekends in Texas if I wanted to during season. Like that class is hot and I'm considering it.
Look, I have a lot of fun racing it.
It's so fun.
Those guys, Jimmy and Poland, have done a really good job with that deal. And people, there's all these opinions about no time slips. The true real deal big money bracket racers hate it. We don't get a time slip. This is so stupid, but like that's what makes it fun, man. Like nobody knows. It's a complete guess game. You have 100% confidence in what you take to the starting line. I think it's great.
Yeah, but that just proves another point. Like we're turning boards on for a small tire, but we're not turning boards on for a bracket style index class. Why are we not turning those boards on? Then you would really get some good intel. You'll know exactly what they run. If they're over, under, reaction times plays a big part in that. Like, let's turn them on. We're going to turn them on.
Nah, I don't think you do. I think that's what makes it hard. Like that's what makes that class so difficult. I don't think you do. But that's my opinion.
Well, you're dumb, so.
Fuck you.
I'm just kidding. I don't have a vote on this deal. I just like stirring up the crowd.
He's just trying to get some shit talking so that they can talk some shit about us.
Yeah, we were agreeing way too much for the Shake and Bake show. Come on. So as we're kind of continuing to talk about, and we'll still read your comments on here, as we're continuing to talk about the Snowbirds and the US Street deal, I think we gotta talk about some ProMod stuff here. We had a call at Flow the other day that I liked because I do this video. It's the review and the preview, and I'm filming it tomorrow where I take like a couple of points from US Street, review them, or Snowbirds. I can't get them straight, and then a preview US Street. And aside from all the obvious things, I'm going to start small here. Aside from the obvious things, running the table, winning $1 million, getting a race car. The moment that you brought up, Kayla, that you wanted to really point on was the newcomers of the class and the kind of bright and shining stars. So go ahead and reiterate the moment and the guy that you mentioned on the call the other day.
Okay, I cannot think of his name. I never can. You always have to help me.
Peterson.
Peter, I knew his last name.
Yes.
So
go ahead.
What's his first name? For the love of God.
Who are you talking about?
Peterson. The guy who runs US 131.
Samuel Peterson?
I want to call him Scotty, but I know that's not his fucking name. Okay.
That's because Scott Peterson is the wife of Lacey Peterson.
Okay.
I'm
Hey, I raced Samuel Peterson, and he won at the last race. He's an awesome guy.
Okay.
He was actually driving. So y'all missed this on the deal. He was driving my old Shadow 2.0, and like they completely missed that. Nobody
I
knows
didn't
that.
know till the week after. I did not know. But
It was emotional up there. I'm like, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do to you, baby. I'm sorry.
But like he caught the eye of a lot of people, and Kayla very much being on that you weren't in any way, but you were wanting to learn about pro mod and all the things. And I love that that's one of the moments that stuck out to you because that shit's important.
He did awesome. He drove that car good. He did great.
And he had no idea that he was even driving like days prior to the race. And he qualified, and you would have thought that he won $1 million. And y'all know me well enough now that like I pretty much have no feelings whatsoever. But he like almost made me tear up in his interview. He was so grateful, like so
He's a good kid.
To be in the field, and it just reminded me of how lucky I am to be in the position I'm in and being able to race all the things that I have. And sometimes I take that for granted, right? Like even in the street outlaw side of things, sometimes I forget like, oh, I'm here and I'm one of 4 girls that get to be here. And instead I'm throwing a ginormous ass fit after first round if I lose. And he is just thrilled to qualify. And I'm like, bro, I need this kid's aura. Like, what is wrong with me? I'm spoiled rotten. Like he was
The top end will humble you and make you soft.
Dude,
Me and Kyle are not the ones that are happy when we lose.
I
We're
was,
the other
I
way.
was there.
We're out there in the field throwing our helmet.
Right.
Down at the top end, we know we can see everything up there.
Yes.
I went red on Stevie at Virginia 2022 or 3. And it took me a good 5 minutes to pick up all the shit that I had thrown everywhere. Head and neck restraint, gloves, shit.
I'm like, I'm
everywhere.
sorry. And he's like, for a little while, he was unplugged. I was like, this is awesome. But it's because we want to win.
Hey, but before we go on, we have somebody in the green room to bring on. We're gonna have to rewind just a little.
Okay.
Talk about the no time 28-inch stuff.
Look at Courtney.
There he is.
Dale.
What's up, brother?
I heard everything you said, Kayla. I heard it all, dude.
I'll say it again.
I heard it all. All right, let's go over it.
Don't act like you don't know me.
First off, you said that grudge racing is going to die because we're sharing times. That's not true. Ain't nobody on the planet grudge races on a slick tire. So that's a stupid argument. What else we got? The people who are happy to be there ain't going to show up no more. I mean, this ain't happy to be there type of deal.
I didn't say they weren't going to show up. In fact, I said the opposite. I said they would be feeling like they were going to miss out, so they would show up no matter what.
All the racers were pro showing times except Jeff Miller, and Jeff Miller's too focused.
That's not true.
Who was not pro showing times?
Russell Stone is not happy about showing times. There's one.
I think Russell Stone's got 2 stories because there's one story that he tells you and there's another story that he tells Poland and I.
Maybe so, but I'm just saying they're not all happy, and I can have a perspective. You have to remember I'm old, so it does pain me a bit for these boards to be on. And you know as well as I know, Big Jake's race has always been no time. Shady Side will be that way, and so I'm just saying things are changing. Times are changing. They're going to have to change their rules, even though it's a different tire. It goes with the car. It's not an unknown fact. Like, it's factual. It's changing.
All right, but let's back up. Jimmy, let's talk about, we did not show times at the Snowbirds, and now the thought process behind why we decided to do it now.
Okay, so where we're at, right? When you're a promoter, you have to think of more than just the racers, which I know that's what every racer would just want you to think about the racers. But all we heard is that every damn racer knows how fast everybody's going, and that's the truth. Lyle, all 5 of us know what everybody was going every round. We knew how fast Larry was going. We knew how fast all these guys. We knew how fast they were going. Now the fans, shit into the stick. Big F you to the fans. Hey man, I appreciate you supporting the class. Oh yeah, it's gonna be cool to see Kai and this side and that guy and whatever. But no, we're not gonna tell you how fast they go, right? So then you have Scott Taylor do what we all talked about, dick swinging contest, goes out, shares his 4:03 time slip, and you go, I called Scott. I said, what are you doing? He said, man, I'm just trying to, promote my racing and stuff, and it was a good pass, and I was proud of it, and I just wanted to get it out there. I said, look, man, you're disrespecting everybody that you're racing with when you do that, all right? So I need you to delete that, Johnny, and then we'll talk about it, right? So then I started having a second train of thought, and this is really where this whole thing happened. Poland and I he's rolling around and I'm walking around and we're just pacing around the damn Airbnb, lividly pissed off, right, from the whole Show and Times deal, while also fighting to get a race at US Street, which we'll talk about in a second. Because Vic came on and told us all in the drivers' meeting, right, Lyle, you ain't getting a race at US Street, boys. It's not happening. There's nowhere to put you. There's no time to race you. So it's not happening. We're going to get one at World Series, though. And what happened? We all went and put up a big fight, and we got our way, right? So that's the reason why you're not getting 15 test hits like they got at the last one, or like they'll get at World Series. At World Series, they'll get a ton of fucking test hits, test your ass off, right? And so be it. So there's your excuse right there. Now, as far as the last train of thought on Show and Times is, as a promoter, you have a few opportunities in history to celebrate something as big as somebody going 3s for the first time on a new tire, right? It had never been done until Ryan Martin goes 394 on a 28 10.5 slick, and they were knocking the damn door down. So the way Poland and I and Wes, who's really our closest mentor on the whole situation, is we're talking about it like if someone's going to go 3, they're about to do it at US Street. And we want to be able to celebrate that opportunity. So we talked to every single one of these guys and told them we're going to share times. And we had one guy who said, I'm out because you're showing times. And that was Jeff Miller. And now let's face it, I'll tell you the truth. The truth is he's so focused. I'm getting a little worked up, so I need to take a break. But he's so focused on puppy kicking all steel, all glass with that damn Johnny he's got on there that he ain't going to be able to run true 10.5 and show times because for whatever reason in the weird world that we live in right now, all steel, all glass is not allowed to show times, but 28 or 275 no time is allowed to have class cars. It's a mess, dude. It's a mess.
It's hard for me to keep up with it. It is because of all of the shit that's going on right now.
So Steve, you just quit, right? You're just like, fuck it. I ain't going to pay attention to their bullshit.
No, I watch it all, but there's a lot of back and forth and change. You know what I mean?
Yeah, all steel, all glass, no show times. You can't have an aftermarket Corvette body, but you can have a screw blower 18 feet off the freaking hood.
And I'll be the one to say it. I think all steel, all glass is the biggest crock of shit in racing right now. It's not all steel, all glass. It's some steel and some glass. And for them to not allow the composite body on a Corvette, well, the son of a bitch is composite from GM.
Yep.
Right. So what the fuck does it matter? And if we're going to let optic armor windows in the front and rear and carbon fiber hoods and trunk lids and is it all steel, all glass or is it fucking not? What way are we going? All steel, all glass was cool when they were running 430s. Right. I don't think it's cool anymore. It is, and I'm not knocking Justin Swanstrom. I'm not knocking Jeff Miller. They looked at a rule set. They said, well, that allows a 4.9 screw blown Hemi. That's exactly what the fuck I'm going to run. I don't blame them. They're paying good money. They fit the rules.
Get on down.
And they show the fuck up, but that goes right back to the promoters. It's man, last week I was driving my all steel, all glass car to Sonic, forgot to latch the fucking hood, slammed up, fucked my hood up, busted my windshield. I ain't got time. Man, if I show up with this optic armor and a carbon hood, y'all gonna let me race? Oh, yeah, man. Come on. Next thing you know, it's fucking pro mods with steel fenders on them, and it's the biggest crock shit in racing right now. I don't give a fuck what nobody does.
Well, all right then.
Don't like it. Either make it, if the class says it's all steel, all glass, then by God, that's what it should be. If it ain't, call it what it is. Some steel, some glass, little bit of steel, not a whole lot of glass, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's not all steel, all glass. It's not.
That's a shirt opportunity. My little cheese making brain just went off. We're gonna come up with
Man.
steel,
Anyway.
some glass.
A little bit of steel, a little bit of glass.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just
Little bit
put a little bit in your fucking pocket in your fire suit and get in. You're not all steel. Yeah, hey, look right here.
Just tape some shit on.
Look, I got this from LKQ.
Drop some old man racing factual knowledge on you guys and ladies. There has never been a class that an unlimited screw blower has ever entered that it did not destroy, decimate, and ruin. And you cannot find an example where that's not true, because it is the most efficient, badass power adder on the planet. And the only reason it's competitive with anything is because it's limited to where it's neutered so bad to where everybody else can have a chance to run next to it, that it makes it look like it runs the same as everybody else.
Stevie, I got a question for you, and now I'm really uneducated on the whole entire subject, but the word on the street is telling me that the Harts Charger makes 5 more PSI than the damn screw blower. Is that true?
Much more than that. Way more than 5. What are you talking about? You got to get you.
I don't know. I told you.
He said he was uneducated.
Spill it out.
It depends on the engine combination, whose motor it is. So, like, boost is a very relative term. Where you measure boost in the engine on the same engine changes 3 to 4 pounds from front to back. So, like, when somebody says I'm making 50 pounds of boost and the other guy's making 47, they may be making the same amount of boost. Also, if your engine's a piece of shit, it makes a lot of boost. And if you got a good motor, it doesn't make a lot of boost because we're using the air. But the Harts Charger makes a shitload of boost. Like, I had one on the dyno this week, made 70 pounds, right? I've never seen 70 with a screw blower. So it's pretty swanky.
What you mean is never needed 70 with a screw blower.
I've never needed it. But, I mean, it's like everything. Like, I probably do.
Jimmy Dale's fixing to get his full fix of a 92 over screw in LDR next week. And I am.
Who is?
Jimmy Dale.
Running a 92 over screw?
In LDR, he's driving the Camaro that I drove for Rob Kohler.
Thanks a lot.
I'm really so excited to watch that.
I am so pumped.
Kayla, I don't think you're excited at all. I think you're excited to sit there and talk shit about it the whole
I
damn
think
time.
that you're wearing your feelings on your sleeve and you needed to leave them wherever you are before you entered the podcast. Now, you know I'm going to have an opinion. You also know that I've supported you in this thing and I've been a fan and I've told you how great you've been doing, but that doesn't mean I have to agree with everything that you do.
You're right.
So
you're right.
stop being
Fair
so
enough.
fucking sensitive.
All righty, and we're off.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jesus.
the way that you just went like this, wrong.
Just like, damn it. What am I supposed to say to that?
Nothing.
No,
I'm the king of controversy. Let's
get
go.
all our feelings hurt easy because we put too much effort. I don't want to say too much effort in, but when you live, sleep, breathe, like everything is everything we got. You know, it's just like, it's killing me, dude.
We all live like that. You're not alone.
What
All right, Jimmy.
Cookies are done. I'll be right back.
Oh, Jesus. About to
I hope they have weed in them so you would calm down a smidge.
Christ.
Hey,
Did you say
Kayla,
his cookies were done?
show.
Did y'all want me to have a second show or am I fired?
No, you are.
This is it. You might get a full-time job. Like, my
You're
internet.
here too.
I'm going to warn you, you don't really want that, but we'll take you.
Yeah.
But until Jimmy comes back, we'll fucking completely go off the rail. Oh, there he is. Never mind.
Well, I
What
had
do
a
you
good
got, Eli?
point. I had a good point that I wanted to make for both situations here because I had the last 5 years of my life and career have humbled me to think about things on every level, right? Like I get on here and I get shit for, oh, you suck off the NHRA, or you only say that because you work for the Winter Series or the PDRA. Well, in everybody telling me that I suck everyone off, they forget that means I support everyone. So I think that it is good, Jimmy Dill, I like where your head's at, thinking like a promoter, right? Like you got to have people on these committees that think like a racer to hold up that part of the integrity of it. But you also do have to think of a promoter because this is not just an event. This is a business. This is something we want people to want to be educated on and want to learn. And so my 2 cents of all of this, and if you were watching earlier, which you were, the legitimate questions that I have come as somebody who works in the promotion field, right? And on the cleaner side of drag racing, where we don't have these discussions, because when I first heard that no time was a thing, I said, who the fuck wants to watch something without knowing the time? That was 2
He's
years
never
ago.
been to a Jake's race or a
Well,
King of the
it's in
South.
a very different spot now because I've learned about it. And that's what you're trying to do here, but protecting the integrity of the racer and all that. So I do appreciate somebody who's walked that tightrope balance. I do appreciate seeing a racer attempt to do that, because you get shit on all ends of the spectrum. Am I right?
Yeah, I told Wes and Vic today, I was like, dude, I don't know that I want to keep doing this
It's
junk
tough.
like this. Like, dude, we just get beat so hard for every decision we make, right? And
And
then, like,
sometimes you have to make a decision that even you as a racer doesn't agree with, right? Like you
all the time.
So
All the time.
Some are wrong, some are going to
Yeah.
flop, some are going to be, but these are the conversations, like I said, of getting this class to a point to where everybody knows enough to have a word to say about it. And that's where I'm finally at. So I like the controversy of it. And I'm here for it.
I think with True Tim 5, it's more of something that's really new for us. And I'm like, dude, it's early enough to make a change. And if we make a mistake, like, we can change it again, right? Like, it's our class. We can change however the hell we want to change it. With Little Gangsters, we got super lucky on the first go that we decided that we're not going to show times and stuff. And you ready? That wasn't because we were like, oh, this is going to make it more competitive, this, that, and the other. It's because Yellow Belly's bullshit, and that's where we were running that damn thing, was at Yellow Belly, and we didn't have a way to print times. We didn't have boards. We didn't have any of this shit. So it was just like, no times. 5:30, no time. And everybody was like, cool, we're about it, right? And so then it just escalates and escalates, and now you come to find out that really the not showing times is the secret sauce of Little Gangsters. It really is. I mean, otherwise, dude, to think that your Gage Birch and your Corey Galletti won't run right over 99% of that field if they start getting time slips would be, and they're just a few of them, you know what I mean? That's not even the majority of the dudes who could really flip that class on its lid if they got time slips, because they know how to race. Like, they're really smart guys.
But
Yeah.
and do you think that we've saw, now Gage Birch driving the Motion Raceworks car and Galletti, you think we'll start seeing more of that? These guys that are like, damn, man, this is really big money. I'm really not good at whatever, driving the stripe or whatever. You think you'll see more of these guys start bringing in fucking hired guns like that to take advantage of the money you guys are paying?
Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing. I mean, I told Doug the truth. I told Doug, I said, you support me too much throughout the year for me to tell you no. That's the reason why I'm even going along with this. You support way too much shit that I do for me to tell you, no, Gage can't drive. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
What am I supposed to say on that deal? And then on the Corey deal, I like Corey, but Corey's kind of on my shit list because, word on the street is Corey was
apparently.
Do what?
Kayla.
Chill out. You gave it to me. I gave it back to you. Now you can't get offended.
I know. I'm glad you got those cookies. Are they laced with anything? Your demeanor seems so much better now.
No, but they are my comfort food. The way my paperwork's set up, I can't really have any of that right now.
Okay.
Yeah. But the Corey Galletti deal.
Oh, God.
The Corey Galletti deal. I'm lucky I get to travel at all, bro. The Corey Galletti deal is like, Corey's my boy. Corey supported a bunch of Little Gangsters on a local level in Texas before he came all the way to Florida. But then word on the street is Corey let that password slip up. It's like, not a good look.
And what he's talking about is there's a password used to buy tech cards to enter Little Gangsters at these races. It's not first come, first serve, or anybody is welcome. Like, there's set number of cars that are invited. You're given a password, and that is what you use to buy your tech card.
So when Poland and I go through there and then we see a name that's not supposed to be there, we go, what is this? And then we start doing our investigative journalism. We start to connect the dots.
Start journalism.
Next time I go off on a rant, I'm gonna say I'm doing investigative journalism.
There
You gotta
go.
say like Jack McElbar, you're journalisming.
Yes. For the people.
Exactly.
Oh, so good. Well, Jimmy, we just wanted to let you on here to defend your side. It felt like it was due, but we do want to have you on for a full show, talk more about where Jimmy Dale came from and the whole 9 yards. But I just wanted to bring you on real quick and let you kind of.
That's a boring story, but I'll tell it if you want to hear it.
It's worth it. Good story.
Make
But
sure
no,
you
we
are nicer with cookies.
Yeah.
Yes. Bring your cookies.
Well,
No, but
I don't
we
want to fight her. I mean, fuck. Look at how she's built. Like a brick
Who
shit
would
house,
want to
so
fight
it's
her?
on that.
Hell no. Nope. Yes,
No.
ma'am. That's what I would say.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're not.
All right,
we're-
dude. Well, we appreciate it, and
I don't
we
know how
will
to
see
get
you.
out of here. You're gonna have to kick me out.
Molly will
Kayla's
kick you out.
No
All right,
problem.
thanks, Molly. See
Hey,
you later.
before you go, are you a fajita lover by chance?
Brother, I'm from Texas, dog. I'm part Mexican. What are you talking about?
Lyle sucks
Oh.
again. You suck, Lyle.
I'm
I
gonna
just wanted the world to know it.
make a call and add that to your paperwork.
We're 116-1 for fajitas.
Fuck all of them.
And cookies.
They ain't never been to that taco truck at Yellow Belly, have they, Jimmy?
No, they don't know. They don't know nothing about that.
All right, brother. Thank you. We'll see you
Later,
soon.
buddy.
See you, Jimmy Dale. Oh, Kayla, what a good sport.
You seemed like you got a little quiet. Did that man back you in a corner? You all right?
No, I don't. No, I honestly. kind of-
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
That's right.
Oh,
I just blacked out a little bit. I'm good now.
That's what
What
happened to
I like
all
to think
freshmen in Vegas.
What I like that you said, Kayla, and I relate to here is you said, I'm old, and when things change, like you feel a nostalgic way to it and you hang on to things. And that's something that people who are in the mentality of the West Bucks and the Jimmy Dales and the things of trying to make them grow that don't have the courtesy of having, right? Which is a good thing for people in positions, but I'm the same as you, and Eric is the same. Something changes, she will quit. If God willing that she stayed in pro stock when they switched from carburetor to EFI, that girl almost come unraveled and left the entire sport over it. So I do respect and appreciate the mama bear nostalgia that you shut him.
Yeah. It's just sad to watch things change from my perspective. Now, and I told you from the get-go, from the spectator standpoint, I think this is a great move. It's just the selfish racer side of me that's been a part of no time grudge racing for the better part of my racing career. That's all it is.
Which is completely fucking valid.
Yep.
Also, if we're throwing down $20 on fucking Jimmy Dale or Kayla and a physical altercation, I'm taking
Ain't gonna be
Kayla.
no-
I love you, Jimmy Dale, but I'm taking Kayla.
I'm just going to watch from top row of the bleachers.
As far away as you can be.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I don't want to get hit with a random haymaker. But
The thing is, like, Jimmy and Michael Poland are doing good things, right? They've made a name for themselves. They're promoting things. They're bringing cars in, which is the most important part. I have told Jimmy Dale over the past couple of years how proud I am of him, and I always support Michael and Jimmy. But that doesn't change my opinion, and I'll continue to support them and, watch them grow. They're doing a great job. Doesn't change that.
Conversations are important to have when growth hits for these kinds of situations. So I think they're wonderful. But go ahead.
No, you go. I'm going somewhere else.
I was going to too.
Oh.
Good.
I was going to say, but as every show is going to be a shorter show, and it never is. So let's continue doing this little U.S. Street Nationals preview. We've got to talk about Jim Halsey coming back. That crash with him and Rudolph, actually didn't have anything to do with each other, was horrific. He had told me in a non-interview where I just did a report on that he just emotionally wasn't sure what was going to happen. This was 2 cars in 2 years. The champ is back. They got it all together kind of quietly too, which I really like. Jim Halsey is a player that will change the game.
I agree.
100%. And he's got a team around him that can flat get it done. Don't forget he was in the finals of World Series Pro
And got to talk about the fact that we still have only one human being who can run the table and everything. I think that's going to be the main storyline on my side of the ropes this weekend is we've got $1 million and we have a car up for grabs, and Jason Harris is the only one that can take it. And that's a scary situation for everyone else because that man is on a roll.
Yeah. 100%. It's going to be.
He's got a really, really good car, a unicorn of a car, really.
Yeah.
Like,
And
I think when we first started talking about the million in the car for the #1 qualifier, like That ain't going to happen. And it very well might not. It's in the stars for it not to. But for whoever to win that first race, this is one of like 3 people, I think, to win and qualify number 1, where it makes everybody go, oh, shit, this is, I mean, it's possible. Like you're saying there's a chance.
Did you guys catch the interview where he didn't think that he got the number 1 qualifying spot?
Yes.
It was so hysterical. Like he came down there and he's like, I missed it. Like he's all sad. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he was like, well, I didn't get the number 1 spot. And I was like, bro, you went 56 yesterday. And he's like, oh, I forgot about yesterday.
I forgot.
Is the top end not one of the coolest spots to be in for a vulnerability standpoint when it comes to these grown-ass men and their full feelings?
It absolutely is. And Lyle is funny because I feel like I'm on the Jerry Springer show when he comes down and loses or doesn't do well. Like I need a bleeper.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yep, pretty good. And then I really liked poking at Stevie there when he went 006 red. That was fun for me.
Yeah. Just remember, when you poke me, I poke back. So anytime you want to dish it out, make sure you can take it because I'm gonna get you ass. I do good.
I think I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, same. Again, physical altercation. I got $20 on that Kayla.
I grew up in a trailer park. Don't ever bet against me.
Let's talk about points here for a second, since we're talking about making a clean sweep. We've got a graphic of the points. Obviously, Jason Harris is going to be leading that bitch. But I think that once we look at the top few, sorry, Molly, I gave you no preempt on that, so we'll give you a minute. Here we go. Jason Harris, Sidney Frigo, Ken Cartuccio, big one, out. And it was not a driver swap situation. So Spencer is starting from nothing. So Ken's points will just stand as is. Oh, Kevin Rivers Snake, Kai Kelly in the mix, Eric, Randy, Billy. It's amazing to me every time I look at a list like this. It just reminds me how many badass motherfuckers there are in this class. It's insane. And then you got Lyle Barnett rounding out the top 32 there.
Wait, yeah.
I skipped you. I'm sorry, Stevie. Number 14. Very good.
Oh, I'm looking at some shit here. What hold on, I'll make sure there might be some error here going on.
Oh shit.
Listen, these were sent to me.
Okay, maybe not. That's pretty close.
That's like the official Drag Illustrated spreadsheet.
I was looking at it. I was just doing a little quick math in my head. I was trying to figure out how that damn turbo car was ahead of me, but he out-qualified me.
Yeah.
So, Molly, will you put up the second page if you uploaded it?
Did Jimmy Taylor win E1 at the event? I don't think so.
Tell me.
He had to get 200.
He did because he did. Jason drew him second round.
Okay, so yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, so he did crush me. I think you're going to see some points shake up at this race. I think weather's going to play a factor. And also, I want to bring something up that nobody's talking about. With the amount of testing that all of these teams have been doing, and Lyle, you're down there, do you think that in any way negatively affects their opportunity to win next week? And I'll give you
affects who?
You go make 15 runs in one of these things, something's broke. It may not be broke right now, but it's broke. So we elected to not test because I want all the equipment to be top notch when we get there. Not to say their stuff's not, but like we really abuse these cars. I would be shocked if all the runs everybody made. Now they have much better leg up on performance than us, but they're going to have to do a lot of maintenance right now while everybody else is loading their trailers. So I was just curious what y'all thought.
Well, I mean, I think it all is situational, right? Like for me, I didn't have a choice, right? You know, I had a less than stellar showing, snuck in the show in the alternate spot. So I didn't have a choice. And we didn't make but 4 runs, or 5 runs. But, you know, so I mean, I don't disagree. You know, these things have a run count number that we can't see before something goes wrong. So, I mean, I don't disagree by any means.
Yeah, I think that's just one of those gambles you take, right? Like I was only over in the Tidwell camp where they had to figure out Aaron's car. They had to figure out Erica's car. They had to make sure Spencer was comfortable and fit in Ken's car and those kind of things. But I do know there was carnage. There were some situations. There were some regrettable things that happened to cars that, you know, were in the field and comfortable there. But that's part of the risk, right? Like one up on performance, but risk blowing the motherfucker up.
Yeah, but Stevie's right. Like everything has a lifespan, right? And like as you can't replace everything. I mean, I guess you can, but I've never done that. But yeah, it only has a certain amount of cycles before something catastrophic happens, or something small that could just take you right out.
Molly just said she's got the second half of that sheet. I want to put this up here because these names just impress.
Hold on, you address this comment, woman.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Oh, the word Cheetos in it. My bad.
And I crushed both of them at the event. And one of them is the fastest car in the world, and I kicked the shit out of him. So I don't want to hear that.
Oh,
Trigger
Hallelujah.
A trigger word is Cheeto on this show.
Oh, it's not. I love Cheetos.
So there are some names in here that I think that given a better situation, and when we get to points and a half here in a minute, we got Stan Shelton, who's now got their shit together, Jason Lee, Travis Harvey. I mean, all of them. Just because I'm skipping names doesn't mean anything.
Tutterow,
Aaron Stanton. There are names here that are going to disrupt situations, and I think that it would be silly. Yes, Jason Harris had a good car. Yes, Sidney Frigo had a good car. The finals worked out the way that they worked out. But losing a day of testing and bumping up qualifying changed a lot of ways that people went into the snowbirds. This was the start of this series. People thought there was time. We had people who hadn't scrubbed in tires yet, right? Like there are situations, and some of those names that we just saw there didn't make it in. And I truly, truly think had that other day of qualifying happened, 5, 6, 8, 10 cars would have shifted and things would have been different. And I think those are the differences that we're going to see here at US Street to be able to make things a little bit tighter and make the points and a half for World Series of Pro Mod even more important than they were last year.
I wish we had no testing at US Street. It makes it an awesome show for the fans. I know it's financially not a good idea, but man, it's exciting. The show gets
scrubbing tires is that's no excuse. Stevie has a perfect spot to do that. So
I got it right over there around the back of the deal. All right, so let's look at let's look at weather for next week. All right.
Okay.
Right now, it's Rockstar. Tuesday, the high is 64, 68 Wednesday, 74, 74, 75, 74. Lows in the 50s at night. Racetrack weather. Doesn't right now. I know it's Florida. It can rain all the time. Right now, it doesn't look like it.
It's going to be fast.
We have run into, this is the one race in Winter Series that even before it was Winter Series, we've run into more weather here than we have at any other. And it wasn't always rain. It was wind. It was cold.
We got canceled for cold.
Moisture. Really, at Snowbirds, one of those runs we probably shouldn't have run. With the
when it
amount
was outside, yeah, that was pretty close.
It was raining without hitting the ground. Yeah. So this race is the coolest. It's going to be the riskiest, and I think it's the most crucial on the points.
Well, then let's make a prediction. What's the bump spot going to be?
Oh, fuck around.
With the weather the way that it is, how you go out and when you go out is 100% important. Like you mess around and there's an oil down and that run's being ran at 5 o'clock and somebody gets to run 2 hours behind you, you're not getting in. That the air will get so good, your performance at 5 p.m. cannot get in. So, there's a lot of timing that plays into fact.
And now that last qualifier is during the day because we're running E1 at night. So that takes away that dramatics of that for that session. So now does Q2.
Well, not to say you can't do it, but you're not going to outrun at 3 o'clock in the afternoon what somebody can do at 9 o'clock at night. It's just not.
My point is that shifts the importance of which qualifier kind of becomes the run qualifier, right? Like it's going to be.
So we have one on Thursday at 9 a.m., right? And then 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. Is that or 2 on?
It's in the evening Thursday, 2 Friday, 1 Saturday. So I think that Thursday night and Friday night, Q1 and Q3 become the most important qualifiers in my opinion. Yeah. And then E1 is just like, that's going to be so crazy. I'm so excited.
What's your first car out Friday morning?
What was the bump spot, Molly, at the last pull it? You had the qualifying sheet.
61.4.
No, 61.9, I think, or 61.8.
No, I went 61.8 and didn't make it. I mean, I got in as the alternate. But
you called you a loser.
I got it.
It's 61.4 or 5.
So my prediction on the bump at 61.5.
61.
I'm going to say we're going to be smoking along a 60 with a 1, 60 with a 2, somewhere
Yeah, I
around.
was going to say a 59 does not get you in the top half, not even close.
No.
There'll be so many 57s and 8s. It's going to be log jammed up right there.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna say the bump's a 60 with a 2.
When we go back to, I asked you earlier if you were gonna put any wraps on a grudge race this event, and you said you had your eye on somebody.
I'm tired of reading about Keith Haney on the internet. I'm tired of him posting stupid ass memes and shit all over Facebook, all his partnerships. I got a partnership for his ass. If he'll lock in for Q2 at the U.S. Street Nationals, I will ransack you.
Oh, let's get it locked in. For how much per side?
As much.
I like that.
All right.
Whatever. Well,
That happened. I even got authorized by my crew chief. Jeff Pierce said, I want to go crush Keith Haney. I was like, that's not a problem. I've crushed him every time we ever raced. But I hadn't gapped him in a while, so he might have got better or faster. I know he owns it. I mean,
I
now
don't think he'll get that race. I don't
Jeff
think he'll get
Pierce saying that tracks for Jeff Pierce. Love that guy.
it. See, and I think it's hard to do the grudge race deal at these things because Q2 is going to be the most important session of them all, right?
Oh,
Because
if I ran into Q2, he would kill me because he was mad last race because we were supposed to be at the back.
Who was it?
Spencer goes, oh, I finally found Keith. He's 75th.
Yeah, he's in there.
how many scrolls do you have to do to find that one?
He's on the third page.
Oh,
You're not even on the
Jesus
page
Christ.
yet.
So like we ended up qualifying 16, but the session I needed to go fast, we had to go up and run with the slow car, with the turbo car for the grudge race. And I would have ran 4 hours later in the good air, and it really would have changed it around. So it is not a good idea to grudge race.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Q1 you can't change, right? It's going to be wherever you landed after the snowbirds. So you just got to go run. But Q2 is absolutely the most important session to set you up for Friday night. So I would
Is
be
Spencer sign languaging you right
very
now?
careful.
He's been doing it, but you missed it earlier. He had a freaking construction head beam on, and he's doing a puzzle. But now that we started talking about pro mod, he's encroached.
Oh, okay. Invading your space.
He is
And
welcome, first
He
of all.
swears that the cleaning lady has swept up some puzzle pieces, but
You think you're missing one?
will you go get my laptop charger?
Okay. Aside,
Hold on, wait. Y'all skipped over the bump
not-
spot. Y'all got to say the damn bump spot.
Are you writing them down?
Yeah.
Before y'all started getting me excited, I was gonna say 60 with a 6.
I was gonna say 60 flat.
I was going to say with a 5.
Damn.
60 with a 0, 60 with a 5. All right, little wager, $20. $20.
You said with a 1, right, Stevie?
I got it with a 2.
Spencer once in, he said 61-1. He is on the other side of this.
Okay.
His flashlight must have went dead. I see him with all the cords.
Well, my laptop's dying. I didn't expect this to be this long.
So question really quickly. Aside from Spencer, which is obviously the big, didn't race at the last one, is there any new ones coming in this race that didn't race birds?
I don't know that.
Not that I've heard. I did request an entry list from DI, and so we should be getting that. But honestly, the only ones that I really feel like said that they were going to come to later races that didn't come there were like the Franklins. They're only coming to World Series. It's got all the answers. And I honestly think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think last year Snowbirds had the second most, US Street had the least, and World Series had the most. So I think that if we can keep par to Snowbirds, that's an increase for US Street.
Okay.
Well, we will find out about that. And if any of you in the comments know, as you always do, let us know. But yeah, Spencer, you're the Lone Ranger, buddy. Stepping into the champs car too.
All eyes on you.
All right, Kayla. Well, what are plans for the Hot Mess Express racing team moving forward?
We kind of pumped the brakes a bit. Like after the big crash, like I was so ready to get it back. I was like, hurry, this is what we're doing. We have to get it together immediately. And then things started changing, which you guys know I don't like, obviously. The Street Outlaws. Oh, Bye, Lyle.
Perfect. All my dreams have come true.
But anyways, things started changing. Street Outlaws went brr in the dump, and so I was like, okay, hold on, let's pause. Kayla's getting ahead of herself, like I always do, and we decided to put on small tires. So we had a bunch of changes, and long story short, Rick Scott is now wiring it, and it should be out. What the fuck? You didn't want to hear my story?
My camera just quit. I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's got a 28 on it, and it should be done
Good.
later.
Come out there and show the times with the best of them.
Saying, I guess I'm lighting the fucking boards.
Let go of it all, Kayla.
Right. Just go with the flow.
What does he let go?
Your opinion is not wanted. Light the boards.
Lyle, Kayla and I would like to call you out and have you lock in on doing a TikTok with us.
And Stevie. I want both of them.
Yeah, both? Okay, we have a plan for both of you.
You're all gonna make it stupid.
No.
Hey, Spencer.
Do we get like an option? Like, are you gonna give us?
Have y'all seen the TikTok of my parts manager doing a wheelie on the golf cart on Jody's TikTok? That thing has over 1 million views.
Yes.
Kayla, we got to beat it.
Yeah. So all of you have to be a part of our video so we can go viral like we did the last ones. And everybody loves our reels.
Are you gonna pick like a few and give us a choice, or are you gonna pick one and like, no, you're just fucking doing this?
For you.
No, we are in charge.
This is a bad idea already, Lyle.
I have not agreed to this.
Lock in, bitch.
I'm not locking shit in because that's some sneaky fucking backdoor shit. No.
I can already tell you.
I'm not saying no, but I am definitely.
No, it's not. We're making a collab with.
This collusion is what I see, not collab.
We're squatting up.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Collusion.
All right, Stevie, go ahead.
With a TikTok, and y'all do our TikTok plan.
Our TikTok was awesome from Phoenix. Okay, looking for Courtney.
Right.
That was pretty good.
That dump was stanky. I had some old tomatoes stuck in my shoe when I got back in the car.
All right, Stevie, fire Kayla with the ultimate question.
Okay, you get to the race. It's the U.S. Street Nationals, and you're excited because they changed the rules and are not lighting the boards. And you drag your hot rod over there, and you crush the field, and nobody knows how fast you are. And you win. You got your trophy. C's on the top end. She does the interview. She's a little hammered on wine already, but that's a fun deal. You get out of there, you hadn't ate because real racers don't eat on race day, and then you're fired up, you're starving, you get all the cheese, you're heading out of town, driving back to wherever you live. You pass Pablo Juano's Mexican restaurant. You go in there, and you get the menu, and, like, it's full of goodness. I want to know if you are or if you are not ordering a big old steamy pile of fajitas.
Yep, steak.
That's a Texas bitch right there.
Suck again.
I knew you smelled like shit at the top end of the last race.
Fajitas, all rice, no beans, extra shredded cheese.
That's him. You guys can split fajitas for two, baby.
Damn right.
Yes.
Every American loves fajitas. See, my guys like fajitas. You know it's a bad day when my guys are going to the bar in the shop up there getting hammered. It's been a rough day.
So Lyle Burnett, still him and Scotty Cannon are the only human beings we've had on the show.
Now 175 to 1.
What do you eat from a Mexican restaurant, Lyle, if you don't eat fajita?
Anything but fucking that.
Destruction.
Like nothing solidifies the fact to me that as a child you did not get enough attention as, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the Mexican restaurant. I'm more some fajitas. Hey, look at everybody. Look, I got fajitas.
What
Look,
the real problem is, Kayla, do you want me to therapy?
Yeah, this is deeper. It's way deeper.
Lyle needs the attention all the time, and his beard does not outweigh the steaminess and the attention grabbing factor that the fajitas have.
He doesn't want to compete.
Top of him and
he doesn't want to compete with the fajita.
But then also his beard smells like fucking Mexican people.
Right, yeah. Like a Mexican's butthole. And I don't like that. You know?
Hey, Lyle, you might have had two. I don't remember if James Bond said he ate fajita.
I think I remember making fun of him for being Canadian, which really didn't age well for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you look real good that now.
Yeah, you're a transplant.
I put her shirt on. Come on. What up?
Is that your rave shirt?
Not even
Does that one smell like shitty fajitas? I don't see that.
Oh, I should have checked on your well-being after the Steelers game. Are you okay?
I wasn't okay.
Okay. I'm sorry I didn't check on
The
you.
fact that you went into that game thinking y'all were going to win just baffles me.
My delusion was fucking high.
Yeah. Don't diminish hope. Now you're treating her like they're all treating the
No, you just set yourself up for failure.
You're diminishing the small tire racer's hope and
Yeah. Heaven forbid I believe in something unreasonable.
Yeah, it's like going to the local cliff and jumping off and be like, there might be a mattress down there. Fuck it, I'm just going to jump.
I'm just going to send it.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, God damn.
Early on in my Steeler fandom, we won 2 Super Bowls. I was very spoiled, and it has been downhill ever since.
Yeah, and they wrote that shit on a rock scribe.
You don't even know
They chiseled that shit. That was before computers.
Before you went to the Backstreet Boys concert in your outfit.
Are you when you leave the show? Are you gonna ride your Heelys to the door to let the dog out?
In lose or draw, I stay loyal to my motherfuckers.
Are you going to the skate park?
If I do, you ain't invited, but Kayla is.
I'm with you, Courtney. I want you to know I got my Dallas Cowboys starter jacket dry cleaned today. I'm staying on the train.
That's tough, but I do respect you staying on there. But that is a tough train to be
You're on the train, all right, but it's going off the same cliff that Courtney jumped off of, and the ending is not well.
No, and I love you, Kayla, but we make the playoffs. They don't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's bad.
We've made
But
some
anyway,
crucial
we digress. Yeah, I need Kayla on here more often to stick up to you fuckers.
It won't help. Me and Lyle are determined.
They pick on me.
Yeah, you need help. We need help from you, defending us from you.
And poor Spencer.
Poor
just
Spencer's
talked about
fucking
promo
right.
racing, and he got
smiles.
well, he thought we were going to talk about promo ads, so I got him on here, and then we didn't. So this is what it is. But
Well,
anyway.
Spencer, we're excited to have you back.
I'm excited to be back.
It's gonna be good. It'll be a fun
You
race.
completely stood us up. Didn't show at the Snowbirds. I'm gonna let it slide just because you're driving this time.
I hear you.
I mean, would you guys just spectate?
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
I love you. Because I love you guys.
Oh, this took a turn.
Wow.
Okay.
From just the moral support.
He didn't say shit about you.
We've been on this show way fucking too
All
long.
right, we gotta wrap this deal
Yeah.
for off cliff. Drag racing next week. If you're not in Florida or watching on Flow Racing, you're missing it because you're going to see the baddest door cars in the world with the baddest drivers, baddest teams, baddest crew chiefs, and it's going to be an awesome show. So, see y'all.
Thank you
Thank
for
you,
coming
guys.
on.
Yeah, bye. See you guys in a few days.
Shake it back! Does that feel good? Yeah.